Getting the best Sharesight pricing plan isn't about finding the cheapest option, it's about choosing the plan that fits best into your investment strategy. After months of thorough testing, I found that the free plan hits a wall just when you need its performance and tax reporting the most, and that one paid plan in particular unlocks the comprehensive tracking that you actually need to become a much more profitable investor. Okay, let's get straight to it. This Sharesight pricing breakdown isn't just about cost, it's really about who this build is actually built for, and more importantly, who it's not for. Sharesight Portfolio Tracker is laser focused on the investor who is done with all the guesswork and just wants the full picture. We're talking about individuals or DIY portfolio managers who invest across multiple accounts, multiple asset types, and need to see their true total performance in one place. So if you're the type who has statements from 3 different brokers, some ETFs, maybe an investment property, and you're tired of spreadsheet headaches trying to figure out your actual net return after fees and dividends, that is Sharesight's sweet spot. Unlike a basic brokerage platform that only shows price movements, Sharesight excels at one thing: deep, automated, and accurate performance tracking that accounts for everything. It gives you the reports to understand your portfolio like a pro, not just track it like a spectator. But don't just take my word for it. I dug into what other Sharesight users are saying, and it perfectly highlights this divide. Take this user, for example. He wrote in review that Sharesight is everything he hoped for. He said it seamlessly combines his 2 portfolios into one view, giving him aggregate performance figures that were a nightmare to calculate manually. He specifically called out the tax reports, saying the ATO annual review and capital gains summaries are very easy to access. He called it the best system he's ever come across. Or check out this investor who said the site helps him run reports to see if he's getting too concentrated in specific industries or individual stocks across all of his funds and ETFs. That's a pretty big deal. You can't do that easily in a spreadsheet, you know. Now, how does this all stack up against a competitor like AllInvestView? While AllInvestView is a newer, sleek platform, Sharesight has a mature, trusted edge. Sharesight connects automatically to hundreds of global brokers, pulling in your trades so that you're not stuck doing manual uploads. It also has this killer feature called the ETF X-ray report that AllInvestView lacks, which basically lets you see the hidden overlaps inside your funds. So for an investor who wants automation and deep, transparent reporting, Sharesight has a proven track record with over 500,000 users. Okay, now that we know who this platform is for, let's take a look at what you're actually getting behind the login screen. I tested the core Sharesight features across all of the pricing plans, and the jump from the free plan to the paid tiers is really where Sharesight pricing gets interesting. First, the free plan, right? This is your starting point. You get one portfolio with up to 10 holdings. You can track performance, record dividends, and even generate basic tax reports. It's fantastic to get a feel for the platform. But there is a problem. With the free plan, you're basically capped. You can't do the deep analysis that often provides the real value, like benchmarking or seeing your true portfolio exposure. This brings us to the heart of our Sharesight pricing discussion, the paid plans. The starter plan unlocks your first major tools. For a reasonable monthly fee, you get up to 30 holdings and, crucially, access to benchmarking and the exposure report. This report is a game changer. The exposure report acts like an X-ray for your portfolio. It shows you the actual underlying companies you're invested in across all of your ETFs and funds. I used it and I spotted that 2 of my ETFs had massive overlap that I never knew about. And this was basically exactly what another user raved about in a Sharesight review that I came across during my deep dive into the Sharesight Portfolio Tracker. He'd used the exposure report and realized that he had 2 ETFs with almost identical holdings, but one had much higher fees. So he sold the expensive one immediately. That kind of insight can save you thousands. Then there's the standard plan. This is where I think most serious DIY investors will land. You get 4 portfolios with unlimited holdings. You unlock multi-currency reporting, advanced risk metrics like the drawdown risk report, and integration with accounting software like Xero. During my testing, the automatic import from my broker worked perfectly. I didn't have to manually enter a single trade. This seamless automation is a huge edge over platforms that require CSV uploads. One of the flagship features here is the automated trade tracking. Sharesight connects to over 200 global brokers. You can even forward your trade confirmation emails and it adds the trade for you. Alright, finally, for the absolute deepest level, there's the premium plan. On top of everything so far, it adds advanced multi-period reporting, perfect for professionals or investors with very complex portfolios across trusts and companies. The sentiment in communities like Reddit strongly validates looking at a paid plan, and in one thread, this user asked if Sharesight could track his entire portfolio, including property, crypto, and assets held in different structures like trusts. And the replies were telling. One reply that stood out to me was from a user who replied in agreement to the other commenters, saying that Sharesight is one of the best apps he uses year-round for his investing. He further highlighted that it's one of the few apps actually worth paying for. Another user chimed in saying that the free version is fantastic at tax time for providing capital gains summaries for your accountant. So yeah, this perfectly frames the Sharesight pricing decision. The free plan is great for tax prep, but the paid plans deliver the proactive insights that help you make better investment decisions. But of course, Sharesight is not perfect. To make the best choice in your Sharesight pricing decision, you need to know the potential downsides. And the most common issue I've seen isn't about the core tracking, it's about the user interface and support. So I found this Sharesight review from a user who said that the website could be difficult to navigate at times, and that editing holdings wasn't as intuitive as he'd like. He also mentioned slow email response times. So yeah, I understand that frustration. A clunky interface can ruin a good tool, but in my own testing, I found that the Sharesight dividend tracker platform was logically laid out, especially for the core tasks of viewing reports and performance. It's incredibly powerful, which sometimes means that there's a learning curve. As for support, while my email was answered within a couple of days, they also do have a massive searchable help center with guides for almost everything. For most users, the answer is already there, and if you really need to, you can email them and they'll answer within a day or two. When it comes to the actual Sharesight cost, the tool is structured clearly across its tiers to serve different needs. And in my analysis, each tier is priced for the specific value it delivers. For the most current Sharesight pricing details, any active promo, and if you want to actually see the exact cost of each plan, make sure to check the exclusive link we've provided in the video description below. We try to keep it updated so you can get the best possible deal. So, after all of this testing, where does our Sharesight pricing plan breakdown leave us? Here's my simple verdict. If you're a casual investor with a simple portfolio, the free plan is a phenomenal, no-risk tool, especially for tax time. But if you're a serious self-directed investor with assets across multiple accounts, if you own ETFs and need to see what's really inside them, or if you're tired of manual tracking and you want true, automated performance clarity, then a paid Sharesight plan is absolutely worth it. To get started and to explore the current pricing for the plan that fits your needs, check the link in the description below.